everybody, to the December 2011 Town Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Andy Schaefer.
Here.
Andy Key.
Here.
Trey Roby.
Here.
Luke Gear.
Present.
Tyson Hacking.
Here.
Matt Bilgren.
Here.
Rich Gardner.
Here. Tyson, would you lead us in an invocation, please?
Absolutely. Our dear Father in heaven, we're grateful for this day. We're grateful for the many blessings that Thou hast blessed us with. And we're grateful that for the protection and safety that we have in our town, and we ask Thee to bless us that we can be safe and do it as right. We're grateful for the military and all that they do to sacrifice for our freedoms, and we ask Thee to bless us that we can make the correct choices for the town and strive to always keep the town in mind and what's beneficial. We love Thee and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Lisa, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 5. Item A, discussion and action to approve the minutes of the November 27th, 2018 meeting.
A motion to approve the minutes of November 27, 2018.
Second.
Motion was made by Matt, second by Rich. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Petition and public input? Doesn't look like it. Changes to the agenda.
We'll go ahead and make the changes that you guys caught on the public hearing and change those resolutions to 2018, 11, 12, and 13.
Okay. Go ahead and skip item 8 and move on to 9, committee and board meetings.
We haven't really had any. I did participate by phone with the Northwest Transportation Group, and that's the group that comes collectively from all the counties on the northwestern corner and kind of has their input with CDOT and projects. I can't remember his last name. Van with Rio Blanco County was in attendance. I didn't get an email, so I participated by phone, but I met with him and Lisa Cook and Caitlin. We were just talking about putting together all of our priorities in Rio Blanco County, and then the next time they have that meeting, we'll just put that out there. It doesn't mean anything will get done, but he says lists are better to have to take to that group. So the next time they meet, either Jeff or I will attend that, because each municipality gets half a vote, and then the county gets one vote. So the only problem with it is that we can't do anything or say anything about Douglas Pass in that meeting. If we want to go to the one that meets in Rifle, we would have to go there and just see if we could, sway them a little to put Douglas Pass on their list of to-dos. So we're going to look into doing that as well. A lot of you attended the Blueprint 2.0 outdoor rec meeting. I thought they had some really great ideas. Jocelyn has been working on some of the trails that they talked about, doing just a few trails and mapping them with that. I'm trying to think of the group that you can get on your app. They're out of Grand Junction, but she's mapping some of those trails and is going to bring it up on there, and just working with the CU students. So she's really actively participating in that. So hopefully that'll make some difference with their plans. And Connie's looking at some of the festival things to kind of maybe see if she can implement some of those ideas. So I thought they did a really good job. And if anybody wants that report, once they finalize it, I can forward that out to all the council, especially if you weren't able to attend. So
They had a temporary one came out or a preliminary one?
yeah, but they're still working on finalizing some of it. I can forward that too if you'd like to look at that. So. So other than
MTB
that,
project, was that the app?
problem.
MTB project, was that the app?
No, it's a group. It's a bicycling
Oh,
group.
it's the organization.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what it is. Sorry.
Anyway, I don't have any other committee or board meetings. I don't know if there was anything with AGNC that went on
Not, did
at
I?
the last meeting. Did
Let's
you
see,
talk
when
about
did
it
we
at the
meet
last?
The 11th?
I don't
27th.
remember.
27th, yeah, so no, I haven't been to any of those. Have an executive committee coming up, meeting later this month, but,
Okay.
that's,
Does anybody else have anything to report from the council? We'll go ahead and go to supervisor report, Lisa.
Well, actually, I'm going to introduce our new hire, Erica Iyer, and I was going to have her kind of tell you a little bit about herself. She's going to be our new administrative assistant and accounting assistant. She has hit the ground running this week. We are very, very, very happy to have her in our office. So why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, Erica?
My name is Erica Iyer. Recently relocated from Denver, but I've had a lot of privilege living in lots of communities in my lifetime. Relocated recently. My husband relocated to CNCC. He's their new facilities guy, and I fell in love with Rangeley. It's like the greatest, smallest, most perfect town. I've never lived anywhere where everyone unanimously loves their community, and I think that is a real peach. And then just lots of experience, and really just happy to be here and working with you all, and hopefully I can be a cog in your really awesome machine.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Yeah, welcome.
And I wanted you to meet Erica. I don't know if Maribel would like to talk about anything that we're working on right now. Maybe we'll give her a little bit and
Look, she's dying.
put her
Just
under the
background.
fire
I'm good.
another day.
I'm good.
Don't be shy.
Oh, I'm not shy.
You know that.
That's like not in my vocabulary, but no, just transitioning. Still learning some things from Lisa just when she's able to sit down for 5 minutes with me. Training Erica on some of my things that I had been doing, like accounts payable, and she's going to start taking over that slowly, getting her feet wet, and as she did today. But just still a transition period for all of us. So it's going to be a slow go, but I think once we get there, it'll be a really good thing. So, and Erica is, like Lisa said, just jumps right in, doesn't have a problem with it, and that's huge when you don't know anybody and you are totally blind by what you're doing. So it's awesome that she's just 100% in. So helps us out immensely in the office.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead with your reports if
Okay.
you're ready.
So I've talked to the supervisors about setting priorities and some of their long-term goals and everything. So they're starting to work on that and kind of preparation for hopefully the council having a retreat or having some planning sessions too, so that we can kind of bring those together. I do think it would be good idea to have a facilitator for the council retreat, just because then it's not like I don't get to kind of be involved in some of your conversations too, instead of just recording those things. So I don't know how you all feel about that, but I would really like to have a facilitator, if not Kimball, and then Dan has suggested a couple other ideas. So maybe in the new year we'll start contemplating that, when we can work on that, if we can even do it in work sessions. I do think sometimes it's good to get away from our area so that it can be more of a relaxed exchange of ideas, and you guys all should probably be thinking about those kind of things for those conversations, if you don't mind.
sooner rather than later.
I think so too, if we can. Jocelyn got asked to become a reviewer for GOCO grants, and they kind of convinced us to let her do that, because then she also has an insight to how grants are approved and might make us more, give her a better chance of getting a GOCO grant for us. That was the other thing at the Northwest Transportation Group. They have a lot of federal grants that you can get for trails of any kind, a bike trail especially. And we, mapped out the trails all around Rangeley probably about 4 to 5 years ago. The Kennedy Drive one being a major one, and also even the trail that goes out to the lake. And the federal grants are like 80-20, so those would be huge. And they also said you can use a GOCO grant for the 20%. So you could get a very small participation amount, going for those. And Van said those just come up occasionally, so we're going to keep our eyes open for that.
Does that include new trail development too?
Pardon?
some New trail development, so like single track, stuff like that? We could go
No, he said it's mostly bike paths, but they have to be a certain width and everything. He said they usually aren't doing the, mountain bike and side-by-side trails, but like the one going out to the lake, if it was wide enough, it would qualify, not just because, it's an all-purpose use, but it could, qualify as a bike path. So that's one, and it has some areas that need improvements as well. So those are great ways to get some of the paths around Rangeley and out towards the lake improved. So we'll certainly look into that. And then Brendan with SGM and Balcom and Green are working really hard on our water rights this week and next, and probably the first meeting in January I'll have Jocelyn come in and talk to you about the response that was set in, or if we decide to ask for a delay and make sure we have all of our ducks in a row for that response. They seem to be very intense about being very picky about us, making sure we have good plans to use those. So I think they're working on it, pretty diligently. Kelly and Heath went to the Chevron pipeline training today, so I don't know how that went, but they attended, so it'll be interesting to see what they come back with on that. Really, we're just tying out the year. Obviously, like I said, I apologize for any errors. We didn't get much chance to do review today, so as soon as the budget is, approved, I'll submit that for the year end, and then maybe we can start working on some of the tying out our year and kind of reorganizing our office a little bit. We've just been kind of keeping our heads above water for the last couple of months, so that's kind of where we're at right now.
What about the insurance? You were talking about it the other day.
Insurance.
As far as, is it Pinnacle Insurance?
Yeah, I apologize. We entered into a program with Pinnacle where we also can get rewards for standing on our own, and so we got an $8,000 dividend back just for us individually. We'll probably also get a general dividend in April of around $4,000 or $5,000, and our experience mod for this year is 0.72, which is outstanding for any of you that have got any experience with experience mods. That I never thought the town of Rangeley would get to that point, because we were usually over, we were adding to our dividends. So that is awesome, and that's in a huge part due to Kelly and all of the employees. They have done an awesome job. So if we can keep that up, our workers' comp will be, a great premium that we, can share hopefully with the employees in other ways. So
That's great.
yeah, I'll make sure the employees know about that too. So.
Yeah, for sure. Was that it, Lisa?
Yeah, I think so for today.
Let's go back up to item 8, public hearings. Item A, section second and final reading of ordinance 619, 2018, and or 691, an ordinance repealing section 12.08.070A1 of the Rangeley Municipal Code, deleting language concerning loitering for the purpose of begging. Any discussion on that?
I think it was just taking out some wording, correct?
Right. Okay. Item B, public hearing for 2019 budget resolutions 2018-11, 2018-12, and 2018-13, summarizing expenditures and revenues for the general fund, water fund, wastewater fund, gas fund, conservation trust fund, housing assistant fund, RDA fund, RDC fund, Rangeley Housing Authority, White River Village, and the Rangeley Foundation for Public Giving for fiscal year beginning January 1 of 2019 and ending December 31st, 2019.
And Andy, I'm going to make one more correction to that. It's actually 9, 10, and 11. So I apologize. That was my fault.
On the resolutions?
Yes.
Any discussion on that? Okay, old business. Move down to 13.
Can we slide back up to Lisa real quick? I had a question.
You bet.
About, so that you said Pinnacle gave us $8,000 back for that, and that's all based on.
That's based on just the town of Rangeley's experience, not on the whole group.
But what I mean is that solely based on like coming from work they did, the employees did? Like, is it
That's-
relative to everything
being
they've put
safe.
into it, time into
Not
it,
experience they had
experience
done it.
and stuff?
That is based on the town of Rangeley's statistics as far as accidents, and we are doing the program where we have all of our safety meetings. They
training.
come, yes, and they come in, and we also do reviews of any accidents we have. They come in and audit all of that. And if we are following all the guidelines for that program, then we can earn rewards for that. But it is only based on our experience. It's not the whole group or a group that is similar to ours. It's just the town of Rangeley's experience.
So, is there any limitations on what we can do with that money now, since it's come back to us?
No,
Is it
but you
within
still have to
whatever?
budget for it. It's just, it's not like you get money so you get to spend it.
What I'm getting at here is if they are, like, it's extra work they've done and them doing a good job, wouldn't it, what do you guys think about making that something that is a reward to them?
You're certainly welcome to do that,
Back
but
to
like,
the
So,
employees.
yeah, we take that $8,000 and we divvy it out at some sort of ratio of like per employee, stat, rank, whatever, something along those lines. I mean, if they're the ones that are earning it, they're doing a really, really good job. That's kind of a way to say.
But it'll be subject to taxes and everything.
That's okay.
Right.
I mean, that's income, but what are your guys' thoughts on that?
It doesn't affect the budget at all, does it?
Well, we just would have to probably pass a resolution, if I'm hearing correctly, saying we were going to do that, right?
payroll, as long as you stay within budget,
Would we still
you
do
can,
that?
I mean, that's just a payroll item, but like I said, as long as you're staying within your budget, and I think I did have a resolution for the White River Village, but I don't think that amount would break the budget if you wanted to do it in this year.
I agree with that. I think that's a good reward for doing great work.
What kind of
So-
calculations would you want to do, just evenly across the board, or based on full-time, part-time?
That would be my.
I think
would
it needs
you did-
further discussion, being that we know that we have the money available. I don't know if we can make the decision now what to do,
I
but
agree.
definitely need
Yeah.
some discussion, but I think it's a great, because they
It
earned
could even
it. They
be
should-
in the next year.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, our next meeting date is on Christmas Day, so I assume we're not gonna have a meeting unless you want to do it on another day.
You
can't even make it when your dog has a birthday, let alone.
So
But
maybe
I could come back with some different scenarios, if you'd like.
would that put you at any strain, like with the budget? I mean, if you think that's a bad idea, speak freely.
Oh, no, I mean, I can go back and just take a look at it and see where we'd land.
Okay. I mean, and I guess my thought would be if you have some that have excelled, I don't know what the document is they give you, but if you have some that have excelled for long periods of time, there you go. You have somebody who's not and struggled to accommodate
Well,
the rules.
we have had very few accidents, and they're very low dollars. So, in my estimation, I don't see one department that has done very poorly over the others. I think they've all put in a really good effort, and they're following, all the criteria to get that money back. So
Well, maybe we'll just let you dig in and see what.
I can shoot you something out via email, and you can decide
Keep in mind,
maybe.
It doesn't necessarily need to be a monetary bonus. It could be like a embroidered high visibility jacket or Carhartt vest. Some things that
Yeah,
can actually.
maybe
get
look at the
excited.
tax, the incentive that would best, make use of the reward,
In the best way.
yeah.
Okay.
And with the least amount of tax burden to the
Gift cards,
employees.
some PTO or something too.
Gift cards?
I mean, like for me,
I like that.
one year I was given a Carhartt vest and heck, I still have the thing. I get
Actually, if you
use
buy
out of it.
gift cards, they should be considered taxable. We've run into that a little bit.
What about,
Crypto, they won't know.
Technically, you're
what about if you give them paid time off? Lisa, what if you give them paid time off with that money?
They got more time off than.
That to me, I've got people that can't even get their time off. I mean, I think that's awesome, but I agree with Andy. I think it would be better to do like something.
I was just wondering if there, like contributions to their 401k, anything like that.
Well,
Is
I'm
that
actually going to come back to you because a lot of our forfeitures, I've got a ton of forfeitures that I'm going to probably bring to you in early January and just see if we can reallocate those back. So, and it's a pretty substantial amount of money. So, and that's money that's already been expended. It's already spent, so it could go back into all the employees' accounts that currently have it. So I kind of would rather go the other direction and look at, like you said, something, if you want to do gift cards or like you said, jackets, I don't know. We can come up with some ideas, and unless you guys have something you really feel
I mean-
strongly about.
I think everybody likes cash, but that's my thought. Most people like money. Most people don't get mad when you give them money.
Oh, I think they'll be disgusted.
well, nothing else that gives them an incentive to accomplish the same thing next year, right?
No, I agree with you. That is awesome, especially when it's just based on our experience alone. And like I said, kudos to our insurance agent, Brooke. I don't know if you guys knew her. She used to live here about 3 years ago, but Network Insurance is our agent through Pinnacle, and she and another lady pretty much stay on top of all of our claims. They follow up with anything we need, so they've really helped us achieve that.
Now, these are funds that have already been deposited, or they're,
They are in our bank. Like, we get money in, it goes into the bank.
okay. I mean, we're not talking about something
No,
that we're
no, it's
we're
money we've already
thinking we're getting, right?
received, right.
Thank you, Andy. for
Yep.
coming back.
Anything else on that? Ready for old business? We didn't have any old business, right?
No.
Anything? Okay, we'll go to new business. Discussion and action to approve the November 2018 check register.
I'll make a motion to approve the November 2018 check register.
Second.
Motion's been made by Tyson, second by Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, discussion and action to approve ordinance 691, 2018, and ordinance repealing section 12.08.070A1 of the Rangeley Municipal Code, deleting language concerning loitering for the purpose of begging.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 691. Yeah. Do you need more?
No.
Second.
Motion's been made by Andy Key, second by Rich Garner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, discussion and action to approve resolution 2018-08 designating a public place for posting meeting notices during the calendar year of 2019. And those are here and at the library, right?
Yeah, the little kiosk in between the library and town hall.
And you only have to have the one?
We always do two, just because you can't always get into the building, so if they came during hours that the office was locked, they could see it on the kiosk.
Okay.
And I try to publish it in the paper, but at that point, sometimes we're still adding to the agenda, so.
So I'm confused from earlier. This is 2018-09 or 08? I bet you said there was a correction there.
For
That
the
was for the other
resolutions for the
readings.
budget.
Yeah, that was the other stuff.
That was 17. But this is 08?
Well, the resolution is in 2018, but it's for the 2019 year. Is that what you're asking, Matt?
No, I mean, I thought that the numbering was different.
On the resolutions for the budget adoption, not for the meeting.
Okay.
Because we're actually, yeah.
The budget adoption, I believe, is 9, 10, and 11. 2018, 9, 10, and 11.
So we're
Yeah,
approving
makes
this one
sense.
first. It's first. It's a lower number.
For 8.
So I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2018-08, designating a public place for posting meeting notices during calendar year 2019.
Second. Is that you?
Motion by Andy Key, second by Luke. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, discussion action to approve the 2019 certification of mill levy in the amount of $167,230.10.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2019 certification of the mill levy in the amount of 167,230.10.
Second.
Motion by Andy Keys, second by Rich Garner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, discussion and action to approve the resolution 7140-01, 2018 supplemental budget and appropriation to the Rangeley Housing Authority for the 2018 budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2018 and ending December 31st, 2018.
So we talked about this, White River Village, we ended up rehabbing more units. Even though we won't be in the red on that fund, our expenses exceeded what we budgeted. So that's why we have to do a revised budget.
Make a motion, we approve the supplemental budget.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Andy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item F, discussion and action to approve resolution 2018-09 of the Town Council of the Town of Rangeley summarizing expenditures and revenues for the general fund, water fund, wastewater fund, gas fund, conservation trust fund, housing assistant fund, RDA fund, and Rangeley Development Corporation, and adopting said fund's budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019 and ending December 31st, 2019.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 2018-09.
Second that.
Motion has been made by Rich, second by Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Andy Key opposes. Motion carries. Item G, discussion and action to approve resolution 2018-10 of the Board of Directors of the Rangeley Foundation for Public Giving, summarizing expenditures and revenues for the Rangeley Foundation for public giving and adopting a budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019 and ending December 31st, 2019.
Did we even do anything out of public giving this year?
Yeah, a little bit.
What did
I'd have to go back and pull what it was.
I don't know. Okay. I just
Andy,
don't
it was
remember.
very little.
That's because usually they came.
The Elks
For the Elks,
said
and
they
they
had enough, so they usually come towards the end of the year.
Maybe
And
Yeah,
then
that is awesome.
some of the other applicants we kicked over to economic development.
Rowdy Worm we might have done Rowdy Worm through there.
Yeah, like I said, I don't recall right off the
Okay.
top of my head, but
Thank
I
you.
can let you know.
So I'll move to approve resolution 2018-10.
Second.
Motion's been made by Andy, second by Rich. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item H, discussion and action to approve the resolution 2018-11 of the Rangeley Housing Authority summarizing expenditures and revenues for the Rangeley Housing Authority, White River Village, and adopting said authority a budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019, and ending December 31st, 2019.
I make a motion, we approve resolution 2018-11.
Second.
Motion's been made by Matt, second by Luke. All those in favor?
That was Rich.
Aye.
Motion was made by Rich, second by Luke. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item I, discussion action to approve resolution 2018-12, appointing municipal officer Lisa Perring, town manager, effective January 1, 2019.
I happily make a motion that we approve resolution 2018-12.
Second that.
Rich has made the motion, second by Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you
Congratulations.
very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Although I was debating today. That was a smart decision.
Item J, discussion and action to approve resolution 2018-13, appointing municipal officer Marybelle Cox, treasurer, effective January 1, 2019.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve resolution 2018-13.
And I enthusiastically second that.
Luke has made the motion, second by Rich. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item K, discussion and action to approve resolution 2018-14, appointing municipal officer Erica Iyer, town clerk, effective January 1st, 2019.
So I have to ask, do you want to do this? I feel like that's a fair question.
Yeah, so far so good. It's been a blast. It's day 2, but so far so good.
So, Lisa, before we make the motion, will you just give the council a rundown on, because you were treasurer and clerk before,
I
right?
started as the town treasurer and became the town clerk in 2012 after 6 years. I feel like both Maribel and Erica have the background to do both of these positions. Erica has had a very vast background in a number of different varied companies. I got very great references from all of her past employers. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, it's going to take a year or two for them to get fully up to speed. Both of them will be attending probably week-long trainings in their areas, and I will be here to back them up at all times. So I feel very confident that both of them will succeed in those positions. Talked to Erica about it, and I do feel very confident that she will do really well in this position as well. I don't know if any of you have any questions about,
Maybe just briefly go over what all the clerk's duties are, basic duties.
well,
Basic duties.
briefly. The clerk is responsible for replying to any kind of request, becoming knowledgeable about giving advice to the council and, everyone in the office about any legalities, learning, all of the Colorado revised statutes that apply, which you aren't going to just spout those off. I mean, clerks that have been in their jobs for years still have to go back because those are revised every year. She will, like I said, get a year-long or a week-long training that will help immensely, and she can become certified in that as well. assist the town manager with all of the legal postings, making sure everything is, done within our municipal code and the CRS. So they pretty much take care of all the legalities.
Elections too?
Elections too.
Any more questions? Does anybody have a question on the treasurer's?
I know that yours is a written agreement appointment, or how do the other positions, how are they handled, just as regular
They are
employment?
appointed after each election.
Okay.
So they would have been appointed in April though, right? But
I
we're
was
reappointing-
reappointed. I was reappointed this past
Right.
April.
And we're just getting them as soon as you're.
Yeah. Right. And actually, this is the first time I've seen the town manager on the agenda. That's usually just a hired position. So, but like I said, it can go either way. But that's the only position that I haven't seen appointed after each election.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2018-14.
Second.
Missed it, Rich. Motion's been made by Andy, second by Trey. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Informational items, is there any more that needs to be brought up about the economic year in review?
Connie and I are working on some different things going into next year, but I'm going to wait and let Connie talk about some of those things for the first of the year. And I'm going to continue to be in an advisory position on that board, just because that's why we have put that together, just because I've kind of held that position for a while. So I won't be a voting member of it, obviously, because that'd be kind of a conflict with us funding that, but I'll just be there. And Connie and I have a great working relationship, I believe, so I think we can, keep the lines drawn so that we're not going over. But I think Connie's got some great ideas going forward, and we're just going to try and look to ways to try and encourage businesses to, if we can't get them to move in here, then we're going to look to try and get the businesses here to even look at expanding or, create better opportunities. And obviously, would like to hear all of your input on that when we do our retreat. And we did leave some funds in economic development, so that's still an option if you want to consider a person to help us with that endeavor.
Okay, we have the same board vacancies. Scheduled announcements are all in front of us. And we will be adjourned at 19:38. Thank you, guys.